This mind map is from the module Biological Building Blocks of the Mind and focuses on the nervous system. There are two key elements of the nervous system, the peripheral nervous system and the central nervous system. The peripheral nervous system has both an external element as well as an internal element. So all of the internal nerves within your body that control things like heart rate, in your lungs and your internal organs are part of the autonomic nervous system, and their functions related to the internal environment. And that nervous system actually has two elements as well: the sympathetic nervous system, which operates to actually excite things like heart rate and get you moving, as well as the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms your system down. So you might watch a horror movie, which affects your sympathetic nervous system, and then do some meditation, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system. Then the external part of the body is part of the somatic nervous system. So that nervous system interacts with the external world through the skin. And that has two elements to it as well: the sensory nervous system, which senses things through our five senses and sends information from our bodies to the brain through the primary somatosensory cortex, which receives that information from the body. And then next to the primary somatosensory cortex in the brain is the primary motor cortex in the brain, which is important in controlling motor movement, and then sends messages back to the motor nervous system. So signals go from the brain to the body through the motor nervous system and directs the body to do certain things. So you may sense something hot through the sensory nervous system. It sends a message to the brain, which then sends a message back to say, move away from the hot thing. The central nervous system has a number of elements as well, the key one of which is the spinal cord, which connects the brain and the body. At the top of the spinal cord is the brain stem, which controls movements and vital functions. And then there's another key elements, there's many others, but there's a couple of other key elements such as the cerebellum, which has a role in sequencing motor movements, as well as the basal ganglia, which is around the initiation and control of movements, all of which are required for you to actually move away from the hot thing.